Hello, my name is Sim, and welcome to the NATVERSE.
Whoop. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Sim. Thank you for being here with me today. How are you? Hey, hail, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Hello, J Dread. What's up? Edwin. Hello, Teflon Run. Welcome. It's been a few minutes for everybody to come in, and I think I saw Bancroft was streaming, so maybe we'll get another influx of people from Bancroft. That would be cool as well. Trying to line up my time with Bancroft. That would be a nice tactic, wouldn't it? See, I think about these things. Pale Rider, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Yo, Voyager. Hello, what's up, Maromi? Hyper Wizard, boom. Yeah, Dan Genovese. Hello, Lurkmore. Hi, Bob and Casey. Hi, Reese. Hello. Hello, Zaid Masani. Hello. Hi, Space Monkey. Yeah, all right. Alex VRB for 20. Thank you so much. Dia moved the game to tonight this week. Just popping by to say thank you for auctioning your awesome art to help Dan Plagle and for all that you do to help promote CG projects. You're an incredible talent and hardworking. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. No need to thank me. I'm just trying to help. But I appreciate that super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, we gotta help each other out, especially with how this world is. You know,
is the way.
How many absolute jackasses and frauds are in the world. You gotta help out people when you can. It's just, you gotta give back. I don't know if I don't necessarily believe in karma because I've seen too many people do fucked up shit and get away with it. But I just think I've seen so much dark shit. I would like to do the opposite. Real simple. Plus, what we're doing here is cool. We gotta promote the indies. It's the right thing to do. Hail Maromi, Aviator, what's up? J Dread. All right. Thank you for sharing that Goblin Girl by Dan Plagle. The link. Yes, everybody go back that as well. All right, Vic. Hi, I see you. Hi. Vic's like me. All right. So we are here today to talk about Tales from the NATVERSE. And Sim, you are a repeat guest. I've had you on quite a few times already. This is our 67th episode, but oh, hey, I don't know who I'm going to have on for the 69th. It's getting close. I need to think
I was on for the infamous mic problem. That show had to be taken down, remember?
Oh, yes, I remember. Oh, that was horrible. It was terrible. I had this mic that I sounded like I was... Yeah, I sound like I was fucking underwater. So this is your third time on, and you'll be glad to know I have a new mic, and so far so good. I went to 3 mics, okay, and I've spent so much money just buying mics and hoping that one would finally stop giving me fucking problems. But yeah,
I'm pretty happy with my blue.
You're what?
My blue Yeti.
Oh, your Blue Yeti. I heard about that. I almost got one of those, but then I saw the reviews were pretty good for this. I think Matt Barr has one of these as well. He just has it in a different color. So I forgot, it's like a HyperX.
Can you change the color, or it comes in one color?
Mine's always red, but Matt Barr can change his. I just want it red because I like red. So I'm like, I'll just keep it red. Whatever. I think it
matches with the headset.
Anyways. Yeah. I like red. Red, black, everything. And my light too. Look, I have a light over here that's red. Everything is red and burning. Bob and Casey says Malin for 69. I just thought of that. I should do something funny for the 69th episode. But anyways, I don't have anybody booked for it yet. That'll be funny. All right. So enough about me and all my bullshit. So welcome back, Sim. Glad to have you here. Of course. You're one of the earliest people that I got to know in this whole indie comic scene, this whole YouTube sphere. You and Sugar Chris were one of the first people. The first was Critical Blast. The first stream the first person that ever asked me to come on the stream was Critical Blast, and then it was Sugar Chris. So I got to know you guys there almost 2 years ago now. Mm-hmm. I feel like almost exactly 2 years ago.
Time goes goddamn fast.
Yeah, just about flies, exactly 2 years. Yeah, it was
it feels like it's been 3 years, but it's been 5 to 6 years so far already, and I'm like, oh, damn.
I know time flies. I don't know if it's I know we're getting older, but I don't want to think about it.
It's one of the things I keep saying. The older you get, the faster time goes.
Yeah, that's true. I know that's true.
The younger you were, it seems like everything was a drag. A week was long.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's all relative to how much you've lived overall, right?
Or how busy you are.
But no, right now I have this weird sensation of time. The years go past so quickly, but when I think about it, so much happens because I'm always doing shit. I'm really busy, so it's not like nothing's happening. I'm producing, I'm traveling. I'm doing all kinds of shit, but time does fly. But yeah. Time flies. But
2020.
what we want to make fly today is your campaign, Tales from the NATVERSE.
Tales from the NATVERSE 2, the Second Chance campaign, because I had to close the previous one because if you miss, we were all getting sick in the house. We got into thing and we had to move, so it was a impromptu little move that was not planned.
I see.
I got delayed, so everything got back on track. And then when I said everything was going to be on track, I was going to relaunch, and everybody was asking for something special, not just a relaunch of a campaign. So I took time to think about it. What can I do that would be different without being too different? You know what I mean? It can't be an entire different campaign for something else. It's a Second Chance campaign. It's to continue the previous one. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what if I did an ashcan, 20-page ashcan of the next book? Limited, numbered, signed, comes with a sketch inside the interior back cover, and it has its own cover by Preston Acevedo.
Ooh, awesome. Oh, why don't we, can you start out by telling everybody what NATVERSE is? Because I think we have a lot of people who haven't seen your first couple of appearances. So start with that.
NATVERSE is a collection of comic books. You could say an anthology. That's how some people call it, but it's more like you're buying a book of multiple floppies inside. So the first one you have 5 stories, and the second one you have 4. You have one that's 40 something pages, 2 that are over 20 page, and one that's 13, I think. So it's all a collection of floppies, but all in the same universe. In the first one, it was mainly centered around Nat the Merc, and I introduced Rose into the mix and Elrica. Well, in the new one, you get 2 stories of Nat the Merc, but you also get introduced to the Lowani, the Metal Valkyrie, the one on the bike. And from what you see in the story, well, she can make that bike into a full body armor. The story, that's what the NATVERSE is all about. So you follow the adventures of Nat the Merc, an intergalactic man of action, and his friends, Lowani and Rose. And he also has Bob, Zed. That's a mix of Alf and Garfield.
I see. Yes, this the orange guy here.
Yep.
And Bob is an X. You have character blurbs here. That's nice.
Yep.
I like that. I like that idea. I added character profiles to my campaign too.
I thought it would be a good idea to do on the second, and like on the second book, like I did it on the preview on the first campaign as well, because people knew the characters a bit from the first book, and I thought that would be a good way to kind of entice the new readers. So it's not there, you know what I mean? Like if I would have done it on the first campaign, I would have been spoiling a little bit. Well, now that it's number hard. 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So now it's not as spoilery, you know what I mean? And I think it's more of an incentive of who's in there. And I thought it was also illustrate that it's a big universe. So it's more than one IP. So Tales from the NATVERSE 2 is the last one. After that, I started NATVERSE, and I'm going to do the Lowani story as well. So they're breaking, it's like they're breaking apart. And we're starting the NATVERSE books.
All right, awesome.
It's technically going to be the inverse right now. It's going to be NATVERSE with a Tales from the NATVERSE story at the end. Mm-hmm. That's going to be from after. But this is Tales from the NATVERSE 2, the last one. And like I said, you get the first time, you get the NATVERSE story when he first meets Lowani, called Planet 69. And that's like the 40-something page story. You have the Blood Brothers 2, which is the sequel to the first, the one in the first one. You have Murder Doll. That's a Lowani story. And you get, what's the Metal Valkyrie? That's a 28 page. And that's where you see Lowani with the bike and everything.
Nice. I know you're, so you've spoken of your influences a lot before. I know you're very influenced by heavy metal, European comics, and you like a lot of manga. Like
anime OVAs, because it was way easier to get OVAs than getting manga. Because manga came in Japanese, right? I still have the Fist of the North Star #1 from back in the days.
Yeah, like the manly fighting mangas of ye olden times, but also a lot of new stuff. Like I know you love Black Lagoon. We share a love for Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon. I love Elite. Like my first big mangas was Masami Unshiro Appleseed and Gundam. Yeah. That got rebranded as Alita Battle Angel. And that was, anime wise, it was also Appleseed and Ninja Scroll. That got me hooked.
Gundam and
the Gundam animation too. That came out around the same time as
Gundam
well.
Is just a side note. Gundam is such a better name because Gundam in Chinese the characters are a Tongmeng. What it means is Iron Dream. It's such a better name than Alita Battle Angel. Like, why did they change the name to the stupid Americanized version?
They changed their name because their name in the English translation is not even Alita. It's Guli.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Gali. That's her real name. But then in English, they made it Alita for some fucking reason, which is like, Gali is not even hard to remember. It's not like some Japanese name that people can't remember. It's I don't understand translator. I hate it when they like Americanize shit. But anyways.
I'm also a huge fan of Berserk.
Yes, Berserk. Take a shot. We talk about Berserk on my channel. Prater7 for 2. Thank you. Prater7 says, today I learned of a dish called a virgin boy egg. Oh dear. I don't know if I should have said that on YouTube, but YouTube disclaimer, that was a super chat, and apparently it's a dish. So I have no idea what that is, but I guess I just learned about that as well. Oh, you're showing off your collection. Let's see.
I have Akira. I have the entire collection of Elitas.
I see your Akira and your Berserk.
Trigun, my Helsing right there. I have the entire Masami Unshiro collection. So the Dirty Pair. I was a big fan of the Adam Warren one. I don't know if you knew that series, but it was awesome. And you have Empowered. I have my French comic books right there. That one there, it's all the indie crowdfunding there that you see with the Maverick standees.
Fantastic.
That's my cubicle for all crowdfunding books that I got. Yeah, I got my Transformers and Alf all the way up there.
Nice.
Grandizer. Obviously.
European comics too, BDs, Bandesen.
I'm a huge fan of Grandizer. I grew up with that. I have a model kit I still have to put together right there.
Sweet. Hutzel, what's up? Yo, awesome collection. Look at that. I need to get myself a cool bookshelf behind, but I can't because I'm kind of like.
That came with the house, so I would do that. When I visited, I saw that room. I'm like, that's mine.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm wanting to like build a bookshelf into the wall or something. I don't know. I might. But yeah, we'll see. That looks so cool. The thing is, I move around a lot, and a bunch of my books aren't with me. But my dad was also a book fiend, and our living room was a whole wall of books. So I'm the same way. Books, yes, except for me, it's comics. So, what's up, Putzel? My good friend, thanks for joining. Yes, back for Berserk now. No, you should back NATVERSE, Tale from the NATVERSE now. Yes, nice collection. It looks really awesome.
Yeah, and I added something that I was waiting for this show to do. Because, I always have a little something special that I do. So all first 200 backers of a physical copy of the book. If you refresh the campaign, you're going to see it's there now.
Oh, okay.
They'll get a sketch card.
Fantastic. All right, let's see. Let's go.
I was waiting.
You're funded, and you're just over 2,000. So, just over 2,000, but you still have a month to go, almost a month to go. So you can definitely get higher with this.
I call this my profit campaign and my GTFO.
Why do you call it your GTFO?
I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay. So are you going to escape?
No.
No. Right. Oh, okay. Never. Why would you ever do that?
It's an inside joke that we've been doing.
That's funny, though. Cool. All right. So let's see.
You also have original art that I don't do often, but you have 2 covers right there.
All right. So you have Tale from the NATVERSE 2, Ashcan plus 3 prints, and all this art is done, right?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for coloring to be done. everything's done. Yep.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the coloring, the lettering to be finished. That's why it says July.
All right. Ashcan and sketch inside, also for 20. That's a great price for a sketch, and this. Well, that's just the Ashcan. So like the full.
You get
book.
the Ashcan and the sketch inside. That's It's $20.
Yeah, and the full book, by the way, is over 100 pages, right?
116.
It's a huge book. That's insane. So this is a 116 pages plus an Ashcan plus 3 prints for only 50. That's very, very affordable.
And I'm not reprinting that Ashcan either. Like it's very limited. I'm printing enough for the campaign and maybe a few more for the comp copies. Because obviously, you give people to work on their project.
Yeah. I like that.
They're all going to be hand numbered as well. And I'm planning to have the sketch on the back cover inside, the interior back cover.
Fantastic.
So it's technically a sketch card that comes with pages of a book.
Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good idea. I mean, it's so you leave space inside the book for a sketch, basically.
Yeah.
You have a digital version. All right. Nice.
And people are asking me sometimes, why am I not doing it cheaper? I'm like, incentive to buy the physical.
Ah, there you go. That makes sense, honestly. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I've been debating the digital, but so not to get off track, but the digital thing is hard. I don't think I would ever do that on my campaigns. I think what I'll do is I'll do like a Kindle edition a whole year after the campaigns.
But that's what I did with Blood. That's what I did with Bloodhunt. I waited a year.
Yeah, so the backers get the physical books first, and if you don't want to back the physical books, you can get it, but you got to wait a year. So
for me, it's a thing. It's a thing I always do with my books. The digital only go out once the people start getting their books. Like the physical book have to start going into people before I even send the digital.
Absolutely. The physical books come first, and the crowdfunding, especially your crowdfunding backers, always come first. That's important.
Always. Yep.
The Ashcan is a true collector's item. Yeah, it's limited run. And did you say they're numbered?
They're numbered. Yeah, I'll hand numbered. I have a silver marker, and I'm going to use to hand number all of them. Yeah.
Fantastic. And do you know how many you're printing?
But like I said, it's by batch of 50. So technically, if I sell 200, I'm going to have 220. I'm going to have to print 250. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see.
It's as close as I can get it to the number that I need. But yeah, I'm not reprinting them. It's very exclusive. It's 20 pages of the next book, and it's going to be black and white. Yep.
Cool. All right. That's a really great idea.
And as an add-on, there's also like a mini bullet nat. So it's a mini 2-inch nat that I sculpted myself. I'm going to 3D print, and it comes with a little bullet case. and it's gonna come with a little card and the and how many I made in this, because I'm printing just enough for the campaign as well. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the demo. You know, it's like a prototype that I'm making available for everybody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see.
So it's gonna be like a little bullet case that's gonna be on it. So right now the winter just came down. So the printer's getting installed and we're gonna start printing them soon.
Do you have the sculpt for us to see?
But if you scroll down, it's in there.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'll just on. Well, let's just scroll down and take a look, because since you brought it up, there's so much stuff. I mean, I want to go back to talk about your characters.
Well, you can wait.
All this other stuff. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. You could wait. I can.
Okay. Well, we can. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm like, we want to talk about this. We also want to talk about this. Let's go through the main campaign first. Let's go through the characters, look at the main story, and then let's come back to the tiers and everybody get back. Okay, so here you have your character profiles. I really like that. Nat, a hybrid. Let me read this as dramatically as I can. Let me see if I can make this will be completely insufferable, but I'm sure it won't be, because you wrote it, and I'm sure it's wonderful. A hybrid born from an illegal experiment conducted by aliens known as the Engineers. Raised by a Federation assassin droid gone rogue, he travels the universe from one job to the next while seeking clues as to his origins. His metal enhancements give him great abilities, but at what price? A series of events leads him on the path of his genesis. Cool. All right, that's Nat.
Mm-hmm.
So a hybrid that is searching for the truth of his origins. And then you have Bob, the blue droid guy, an ex-Federation assassin droid whose new self-assigned mission is to serve as Nat's protector and caretaker. He has raised Nat as best he could. Will teach him all he knows. Interesting. So
he was also the droid that was sent to kill him.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like Droid Alfred.
Yes, technically, yes.
That's my first thought. All right. And then you have the orange alien who has no nose, Zed. Nat's best friend since they were kids. Zed's family helped Bob with Nat like they were all one family. Now Zed is the universe's top engineering genius. He's also a bit of a stoner. All right. I bet people like that. Cool. And then you have your girls, Rose and Loani. Rose is the daughter of a Federation scientist. She's the girl with the purple hair and usually the pigtails. Rose was dying of cancer until her father took unauthorized treatment into his own hands to save her life. Now Rose is feared and respected throughout the universe's underworld as both a badass cyborg space pirate and as a queen with her own notorious crew. Queen. So is she like a pirate queen? Is that basically okay?
Yeah.
And then you have
queen of a ship. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have Loani, who's the green-haired lady, a fully artificial being created to be a body replacement for a dying Rose. Loani was stolen and then sold. Somehow she gained sentience. Until recently, she was held in service as a bodyguard and chief of security for the big boss of Planet 69 until ... Planet 69.
That was a nice name for a little black marketplace. You know what I mean?
I thought, yeah, that kind of fits. That's oddly fitting. Here's the painted cover for. Do you have any? So this is a second chance campaign, and the exclusive are the Ash Can and the Prince, but the covers are the same, right?
The covers are the same. The exclusive one is not available anymore. It was only on the first campaign. There's the limited edition one that was on the first campaign, the one where Luani's on the bike. It's only available as add-on right now and $5 more.
Okay. Awesome. And here's
but it's just those two covers on the campaign right now. Plus there's also a sketch cover.
I quite like this cover. That's a nice cover.
The originals are available on the campaign.
Ooh, sweet. So this is your art and ink spots coloring, right?
It's it was my pencil, ink by Scotsman, and colors by ink spots. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why the three names are there. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't read Scotsman's signature. There you go. All right. Tell him to sign his name more legibly. Damn it. I like that coloring is really nice. Look at all the texture.
The hair texture that he puts in. Yeah.
Good job, awesome. Ink spots. You do good. You do good. And the metal shininess as well. That's really good. I guess you can draw. You can paint ink spots. I guess you're good at what you do. And let's see. Here are
this is the $35. Yeah, this is the $5 tier. You get to pick the cover you want, and that one comes with those 3 signed prints. They're like on cardstock. They're not like little papery. They're on cardstock, so and they're very limited, exclusive to the campaign. And one of them is black because you can see her butt. Yeah, she's naked.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. I saw you working on this, and it's Loani showering in a waterfall, and it's everything is showing, but Indiegogo is run by prudes, so we can't show it.
It was pure heavy metal inspired.
Nice.
It was inspired to be like, like I was thinking like heavy metal covers back in the days. You know what I
mean? I like that. We need more heavy metal, especially because heavy metal isn't even heavy metal anymore.
I know. This is the limited edition print for the swimsuit special piece I did for the CG swim vacation.
All right.
And that's why it's limited and exclusive to the campaign, and it's coming signed by me.
All right.
And also the one in the US, it'll be signed by Beacon as well, who did the colors.
All right. Snarky is yelling my innocent eyes. Mine too. We're so innocent here. Thank you for the links, my wonderful mods. So here's a swimsuit print that you can all get with this campaign. I like the little details, like the crab with 2 sets of claws and 3 eyes. It's like the little alien details, the planets in the background and stuff. That's awesome.
And you get that Nat's going to hit the rock bottom because you have Zed there in his floaty, and see how deep it is where Bob is.
Oh no, that's a funny hint. Well, he'll be fine. He's a cyborg.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Yeah. I like that. I like art that's created with like little stories in the background.
It's what always got me interested in art, because they like, when you're going through art, reproduction art and stuff like that, like paintings and vases and stuff like that, like you can admire the technique, but what really got me into art was the storytelling, like for Zeta, or I always forget that name, but there's a painter that made like it's a vase with a flower, but in the drop of water you see an old lady rocking in a chair or something.
Oh yeah,
like storytelling is so, like, to me it's my drive for everything, and it's the same thing when I design a character. The clothing on the person needs to tell the story of the character as well. True. You're always going to have that pin that you have a sentimental value on every jacket or something that talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, story and character comes first. Well, that's what story is. Story should be driven by your character development, and it's not just a cool idea or things happening. That's not a story. Awesome.
This is the painted.
Speak truths.
No. This is the painted cover that Preston did. I thought I had it next to me.
Oh, do you have the original?
Yes, it's nice. Available in the campaign. I'm looking for it. Hold on.
Again, very heavy metal. I like the eyeball on the knife. I need to get a cover from Preston Acevedo. That's awesome. Pretty nice. He's everywhere.
I got it.
You got it?
He did the Preston, the Wesley Snipes covers. There you go.
Oh, let me full screen you.
It's an original sketch cover. Like, it's Tales from NATVERSE 1 sketch cover, painted on. And that's what's the cover for the ashcan.
Oh,
only for the ashcan. Yep. So
it was a blank cover that he did that on?
Yeah, it's all painted on. And I'm telling you, like, when I take it out, when I show it to people's like, it takes them a while to, wait, is that painted? Yes.
Oh, that's really good.
Watercolors and acrylics. Yep.
On a sketch cover? I mean, that shit isn't, like, that's not thick watercolor paper. That shit's hard.
Yeah, but I get the sketch cover with Bristol on it.
Oh, you get it with Bristol. Okay, that's why. I'm like, how the fuck you do, like, fucking watercolor on a... That's nuts.
It's nice Bristol. It's an extra fee, but my printer does it for me for not too expensive. It's an extra fee, but it's not that expensive.
Okay, interesting.
That's what
I like that. Yeah, that makes it more worth it. I hate getting, because I've drawn like Marvel and like DC sketch covers, and they're like flimsy paper stock, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, no.
So you can't. You're afraid to do anything. Hey, Adam is here. Person really crushed this color. Yes. You did, and Sim is the man. That's true. A lot of personality in this pic.
Thank you.
I like this. Again, another very heavy metal piece. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, we were joking about it last time, but speaking of character design, Nat's chest hair is in the same pattern as his ship, and I just love that. I don't know why, that is like one of my favorite design things about the series, that his chest hair is shaped like his spaceship.
And
So.
the logo on his buckle. Yeah. Like it's
And the logo here.
But his spaceship is the same shape. Yep. And it's important to him that the ship has the same shape.
That's great. It's really distinctive shape too. It works well.
And
you gotta think about the details.
And like, people always ask, does he shave it that way or it just grows that way? No, it just grows that way.
It just grows that way.
So he's owning it. Get it? He's like, might as well, represent.
So you're saying that his chest hair just grows in a weird pattern, and he just decided to build his spaceship like that and design his belt buckle like that.
Make it his brand.
Well, this is my brand because I have weird chest hair. That's something special. All right. That's a really nice
he is
cover.
a merc, and like you're saying, character development, right? You're talking about a kid from a baby that was raised by a robot. So he's raised to be technically a merc from get-go. Get it? So it's my reasoning. So he's always thinking that way. So that's why you see like the entire design of him. I was thinking of a hot rod. That's why the color scheme, how to build him, a bit piratish, a bit of Harlock in him, right? So you see it in the design in here to give him a rebellious look, because that's what made Harlock look rebellious, not the skull as much as the freaking how the cape was going on and stuff like that, and that's what I brought into it. And it's like I said, he's not a cyborg, and he's born with that metal arm.
Yeah, that is very mysterious. That just
those glasses also come from the metal arm. It's metal that comes from the arm that makes his glasses.
I thought you were gonna say he was born with the glasses too.
Technically, if they come from the arm and they go back to the arm, yes.
Real guy asked if I have chest hair. Yes, I have chest hair that looks just like Nat. my chest hair is a symbol of my Hellion Arts logo. There you go.
But a little spoiler for people that didn't read it. But the number one, you see Nat when the robot and when Bob comes in to kill the experiment, but Nat fall at his feet, and Nat touches him, and that's why he reprograms him. He touches him with the metal arm.
All right. So it's very mysterious that exactly what the metal arm is. Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna figure it out as we go along, because he doesn't know, and most of the things he does with it's mostly reactive. And he still gets surprised by some stuff.
Yeah. All right. I like that. I like having a little element of mystery to the story. And then you have a list of stories and samples. So these are like individual stories within the larger book, right?
Exactly. Yes. There's 4 individual story. Murder Doll is the first one. This is that's the story of Lowani before she meets Nat in Planet 69. So you get to see a bit what type of things she did for Big Boss.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it too much. There's only 13 page.
Okay. All right. Yes. Don't spoil it too much, but that's a nice cover. It's always.
They just say it's not very nice.
Oh, okay. Well, the cover is nice, but what happens, I assume, isn't nice, especially because the cover is things burning and exploding and shit. So I'm sure it's not exactly a pleasant occurrence.
And the title is Murder Doll.
Murder Doll, yeah. These colors are really nice, especially the metal. Look at that.
Oh, Beacon is doing an amazing job. He's already done coloring that one too. He's working on the Metal Valkyrie one, and the colors are awesome.
Yeah, the metal colors, that's hard to get right. That's really well done. And the whole color scheme of the page, I like it. I like how you went with the rounded corners paneling too. It's very sci-fi, but I don't see people doing that a lot. Like, that's not the whole book, is it? Is there what's your reasoning for the rounded corners?
I don't know. It's just to make it a bit different. I thought that always being square all the time, I don't do it all the time, but I think that always having them square kind of became boring. So I started having more fun with the paneling by rounding up the squares a little bit. And sometimes, and most of the time, I don't even have panels.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes I use smoke to panels or something like that. I try to have fun with it because storytelling is not just about the story you're saying, the words or the visual. It's also how you convey and how you you entertain the person through the page. It's also how you set up your entire page, how everything leads to another.
True. I like it. I like how it adds a sort of science fiction-y feel to things.
I started doing that when I started doing like screens, like energy screens, like in books, and that's how I kind of decided to try and do that with panels.
Nice. Neff is in chat. What's up? Hail, nerds. Neff prefers Rose. Everybody needs to pick their best girl now.
A lot of people like Rose. A lot of people like Luani. Yeah.
It's a competition.
And I'm working on a story of Luani and Rose called Daddy Issues. I already have like I got a few pages in the works.
All right. I like that title. That's fine.
Yeah, they're dealing with all their daddy issues, and that you read those two little things there, so you can imagine they have plenty.
I imagine there probably are. There probably are.
There's one that never knew her dad, and there's the other one that lost her dad, and just found a new sister.
Interesting. Yeah, these colors are really nice as well. Yeah, nicely done. All right, and then you have Nat the Merc, Planet 69. Nice. So what's this one about?
No, that one is where they meet. So what happens is that there's Planet 69, and Planet 69 is like a place where it's like a black market of pirates, and where you can go to get anything you want, and it's kind of like the Federation and no other have access there. So it's kind of like a neutral zone, and it's more of like a chunk of a planet that they keep there artificially and alive there, and that's where you go to buy your sex dolls, weapons, illegal upgrades or stuff like that, right? So it's called Planet 69. So what happens is there's a meteor that heads towards the planet, and when it hits the shield, instead of just breaking apart, there's something that breaks through, and it's technically a big, like Lovecraftian type of kaiju, a big monster, and there's nothing they can really do about it, and the more it feeds, it grows bigger. So they decide to call in Nat. When they gets the first call in Nat, which was also in the first story that I published of Nat the Merc, remember the name? At the end, he gets the call. So that's when he sees Luani in the back, and he goes, "Huh, who's that?" Because she looks like Rose in the beginning. Yeah, because she was meant to be a body, and she, in I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say it. So keep going. They're supposed to look alike, and you're going to notice that after that she changes a little bit when you see her new uniform. I'm not going to get too much into details, but she looks a bit different after, and there's a reason. But in the beginning, she looks like Rose. And as you see, the tendrils are holding the hair.
Yeah, I see her hair looks more like Rose here, because Rose wears the pigtails and has the tendrils, but she loses those afterwards.
Yes. When she gets freed, she becomes her own person.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Here's the spaceship, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know what I was talking about. The spaceship is the same shape as his chest hair. See?
That's the first ship. Even the second ship that he gets, called the Maverick, it has the same shape.
That's great. I just love it. That's great.
All right. If you read the first story, Blood Brothers, like he shows the ship, right? And that looks like him. He's like, there's something missing. And then Zed opens the wings. He goes, yeah.
Yes. All right. Awesome. So here's a close-up of the planet. And I like the design for this. It's like a little planet fragment that's got all kinds of stuff kind of like floating around and attached to it. It's so much fun. I love stuff I like grungy there. I like grungy science fiction, not like clean and polished sci-fi. I really appreciate the more gritty styles of sci-fi, And it's got artificial gravity. Here you see the city, the skyline.
And you see a few wings. What inspires me too, you have like the Winnebago from Spaceballs. You have a ship. You have a ship from Robotech. That was for Scotsman because he's a big Robotech guy. You see the Grand Dinosaur ship there. You have the Star Wars ship at the left there, top left. Destroyer, and there's one missing there, but you had the ship from Heavy Metal, the movie.
All right,
Scotsman turned it into a planet.
Home of the one and hold on, let me read this sign in case you guys can't see. The shape in the shape of boobs. The sign says "Home of the one and only Boobarama."
Yep. So it's the hottest strip club in the universe.
Danville says this comic looks really cool. Yeah,
Thanks.
Jeff's liking it. I would say I love having more heavy metal-ish stuff out there. I think heavy metal has gone soft and they're all weird and stuff. They don't want to show women without that aren't like covered head to toe in a burqas or some shit.
And heavy metal was all over.
Back heavy metal.
And heavy metal, it was French, it was European comics, and then when it got into the US, it grew like with so much, like it went from just being the French comics to being UK, American. There was even Japanese people in there. Like it's amazing like what you could get in there. Like heavy metal was like the shit.
Yeah, and they just had to go and ruin it. I mean, I from what I heard, they still have some racy stuff, but they're slowly starting to change characters here and there, and it's like, come on.
From what I heard, they haven't fulfilled any of their subscription since number 300, and supposedly they're selling their rights to be published by Whatnot.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh wow, what a shit show. That's sad because I'm not like really that big of a fan of superhero comics. I mean, I feel for people that are really affected by Marvel and DC and all those characters. And
you grew up in the same world as me, where this was not just about superheroes. I grew up with freaking Asterix and Obelix, Lucky Luke, Tintin, like mangas and everything. It's not just about superheroes that in our world, right?
Correct. Yeah. To me, comics aren't just superhero comics. Like it's like everybody in the American
comics not just for kids.
Comics. Well, it's not just that, because superheroes aren't necessarily for kids. They're kind of for young adults and teenagers specifically. It's like a in between. That's the truth of it. A lot of Americans, when they talk about comics, they think it's just superheroes. But to me, comics is not just that. It's stuff like heavy metal. It's manga. It's bande dessinées, and it's all this kind of like really heavy fantasy sci-fi stuff from Europe, and this is being changed as well.
They were never exposed to it, and there's multiple reasons for it too, because you have to know that a lot of the sci-fi movies like Star Wars inspired a lot from the French comics and heavy metal. But the thing is, a lot of people don't even. When I came into that, the area of CG and stuff like that, I realized that a lot of people didn't even know about French comics. Like, I introduced a whole bunch of people to Metal Baron, Inco, all that stuff. I was telling them about comics. Like, oh, did you see the Elric stuff? And the this and the that. Did you see the Conan adaptation they're doing? It's freaking sick.
I mean, like, I get a lot of Americans are America number one, and, that's cool. I love America, too. I'm American. But you can't, it's like, why are people so averse to media from other countries? Which, by the way, is fucked up. Because I just found out about this through Bancroft, because he's more connected to the French culture, and he has let me know that a lot of Hollywood movies are just remakes of French movies, and a lot of American pop songs are just remakes of French pop songs, and so many of our movies and franchises are influenced by Europe, by France, and also look at all the movies that are technically, a lot of them are remakes of manga now. They're like taking from manga. It's just I know more about it because I grew up reading manga more than European stuff, more than French comics. But they've been doing this to French media for way longer. They have been like adapting Akira. Oh, they're like adapting Akira now. Like they already adapted Ghost of the Shell. They already adapted Death Note. So now they're gonna adapt Akira and Americanize it. And Taika Waititi has it. Come on. Mad Max is a comic book. About what America wants and what America does. You gotta.
The movie Mad Max was inspired. Even the producer said it, that it was inspired by a book called La Nuit, called The Night. It's by Philippe Druillet, one of the founders of heavy metal.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorite artists ever. Right. And get it, like it's in English now. It's called The Night. You can get it on Amazon. It's technically like the base of freaking Mad Max. There's a whole bunch of movies that were inspired by French comics.
Yeah, that makes
the fifth element. It's technically the Inco.
Yeah, yo, I can totally see that.
It's like the Inco mixed with that episode. If you watch Heavy Metal, the animated movie, Harry Canyon, it's totally Bruce Willis.
Yeah, the French are very artistic and creative, and that's just how it is. A lot of our media is there's good stuff. There's stuff where they borrow from French media or they adapt it and it's good. But there's also a lot of stuff that they just adapt and Americanize it and like run it down. Daniel Craig's Blade Runner. That's also a lot of the more artistic works, frankly, like Blade Runner and Mad Max. It just feels more European, and it kind of is because it is. It's just remade in America.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, it's a bit of a tangent, but I'm just saying, like, I think we would benefit from appreciating art from all over the world, and that would strengthen the American industry, because I do want our industry, like, whether I know you're Canadian, Sim, but whether it's the Canadian or the American industry, our domestic industry should thrive. But to do that, we should look at what other places are doing, and create our own stuff, not just like rip them off like what Hollywood has been doing.
Before 9/11, we used to be called North America, so there's not that much difference.
Wait, are you volunteering yourself as saying that Canada is basically one with the United States? Because I thought that was verboten to say to a Canadian.
No, it's not. I always seen it that way. I was the first one to say that we're like favorite cousins. Like, what the fuck?
Well, we are, yeah, but Canada is so different, and if the COVID issues haven't made that clear, I don't know what will. Canada and Australia, I always thought we were so similar. We're ex-colonies, and we're sort of all the Anglosphere, but Canada and Australia have just proven to be so different these past couple of years.
So different or being changed.
You think it's that they're just being changed more quickly than the US? You think our origins are still because I think at the root, like at the inception, especially Canada and the US are quite similar.
Started in the UK, went to Australia, Canada.
Yeah, US. You think so? Yeah, because I would say it's probably either the UK or Australia.
Anything that's west.
Probably. It's weird. So I think it started in the UK. I don't know if it started in the UK, but I think it's worse in Australia. But I honestly think
I remember the biggest stories happening in the UK in the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I remember, but I don't know if it's my bias, because I remember the people complaining about like authoritarianism and lockdown, or basically like the government. There's the ongoing joke about British people need a license to own a knife and shit. And
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's how it became. That's what I mean by it started over there, because over there it got to this way. Then COVID happened, and then everybody followed suit.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I mean, and Canada, I thought you guys were so similar to the US, but
we are. But the thing is, when they change rules underneath your feet, and you can't change nothing, as you can see yourself happening right now.
I feel like my impression is Canada is kind of like it's almost like our frustration with our big cities making all the decisions for us, because most of Canada is like the wilderness. Like fucking people in Alberta are not the same as people in Toronto, but it's you guys have this small, heavily populated.
But Toronto is a big city that wants to be like New York, while Alberta is technically plains and farms.
Yeah, it feels like your Toronto and your big cities are like you're in New York and LA, making all the decisions for the rest of the country, for people that are out in the boonies, that are like the people out in the boonies are like Texans and Alaskans.
That's how it got. Yeah. And it didn't used to be that way.
Yeah, that sucks. I feel for you.
That's the point. It didn't used to be that way. We used to cherish our farmers, and you know what I mean? It used to be
cherish your freedom. The people that are doing the hard work. Yeah.
And people getting their guns taken away, they weren't happy, but they couldn't do nothing. And you also what happens with the truckers. Honk honk. Let's not forget them, okay?
That's what it is. Why did you guys let them take your guns? I don't even understand how that's really the last stand, because there's a whole discussion to be had that I don't want to get into, because I don't want to be that political, but let's no. Don't let that happen. Not here. Yeah. So anyway, if you feel for Sim's suffering in Canada, for his government that wants to stomp on his face over and over again and tell him what the fuck he can do with his life, back NATVERSE now so he can GTFO, whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah, no, right? I'm already trying to make some plans. As soon as I can make enough money, I think I'm moving near one of my friends.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
if you like how this looks, if you like heavy
I'm
metal,
gonna
if
buy a
you're that we can
vacation
bring
house.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go on an extended
Vacation.
vacation with your entire family and all of your belongings, or if you get enough money from this campaign.
But I'm also working hard on this. Is the fact that I have Inkslayer that I have with my friends, right? And starting a business, if it grows and I can make enough money, I can get out of here and have like, here's my work. I work there, and make it very easy for me to go there legally.
Certainly. I mean, money doesn't buy happiness, but it doesn't buy happiness, but it sure
But it
solves a
buys you.
lot of problems.
It can help with certain freedoms.
Yeah. It doesn't buy happiness, but it helps a lot. It helps with many things. Money.
Yeah, because their taxes went up to the point that, dude, I was talking to a lot of people that have business and they don't even know how they're going to keep going. And I get it.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yes. Like income tax going up, buying tax. Don't forget here, we pay tax when we buy shit. We pay tax when we work. And now because of Trudeau, we even have to charge taxes or pay taxes if I sell you my old toaster.
That's insane. I mean, there's just, I don't know. I think it's like a lot of big countries like Canada and crazy people in the US who don't understand anything about politics or taxation. They think that we can all be like the Nordic countries, but I think high taxation works in the Nordic countries because they're small. And it's like a small system, and they have a whole different system, and that the social agreement is different, but that doesn't necessarily work for everyone. I think part of it is it's a large country, and also it's not necessarily good for entrepreneurship, and you have to solve the issue of, I think there's a lot of corruption. Like, where is all this money going? Half of the taxes aren't even doing shit.
And not just that,
so why should I pay more for the government to not do shit?
And here, you go, yeah, but here in Canada, you have governmental like subventions for business. Yeah. It's all the same people. The same business is gonna have it every fucking year. It's always the same people. Like the entire comic book industry here in Quebec, it's all the same people, always the same.
Yeah, it's going to strange places that, I mean, I never said they could spend their money on that, but, well, it's weird.
Right?
Look at those black
holes. It looks like it's a contagious thing that goes like this.
Like the military just dumps money down this black hole, and I didn't agree to any of this, but you just keep taking my money and threatening with throwing me in jail if I don't pay. I'm sorry. Like, now that I'm a business owner, and now that like I'm paying taxes and I have to actually dealing with large amounts of money, the more I do this, the more I run my business, the more mad I get at taxation. Like, I didn't use such strong opinions on it. Also, it's tax season over here, and I'm so mad.
It's frustrating because it's very frustrating when you realize why most people just decide to work. That's what they're trying to push. They don't want people being entrepreneurs, even though they say they do, they don't, because they, like they say here, they make it very easy to start a business. But
yeah,
to keep it going, it's almost impossible. You know what I mean?
It makes such a big difference. I'm like, thank God that we still have states where you don't pay income tax, and those states are my fallbacks. I'm like, if I have to just pick up and go there. I used to live in Texas, but I was in Austin. I hated Austin, so I left. But I'm like, Florida is my fallback now if shit goes down, because they don't. I think Florida doesn't have income tax. Am I wrong? There are a couple of other states, so that's good, but. And I don't think they're going to change anytime soon.
I think it was like tax they don't have over there. I'm not sure.
It's great, yeah. Woodrow says taxation is so we revolted over 3%. What happened to us? I'm not completely against taxation. I just think it's so ridiculous that it's so high, and we have so little control over where they use the money.
We revolted over 3%.
we should. Let's throw some more tea in the harbor. Okay. This shit is just really pissing me off right now. I hear Houston is a shithole. Houston has always been a shithole.
Did you see what's going on in France?
Oh, they're rioting again?
They were not too long ago, and
they're always rioting though. Like I was kind of put off by it.
They invaded Black Rock. Yeah, they invaded the office of Black Rock.
I have been happily mocking the French because I know a lot of British people and they like to mock the French, but you know, the more I see the French rioting over absolutely nothing, the more I respect them because they just seem to love rioting. And it's not like our riots where you have crazy fucking like blue-haired Antifa trashing small businesses. They're rioting against the government. They're always pissed at the government, and I'm like all about that. I think that's fucking fantastic. So
that's a nice way to remind them who they work for.
The French people are. I fully endorse this shit. It's so funny. They're always rioting. It's every year. But yeah, they fucking trash BlackRock. What?
BlackRock? Yeah, they went.
That's great. That's good. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you want, it's such bullshit because I notice in America there's an obvious double standard. If you riot or if you protest against, if it affects small businesses or regular people, they don't give a shit. They say this is just, this or this community is so angry over their oppression, so you have to just take it. You regular people need to take it, even if your businesses are smashed out, even if your homes get like a rock through the window, even if you get assaulted on the street. But if the riots are taken to the government or to a powerful organization, they freak the fuck out, they jail you, they say this is the worst thing ever, this is a threat to our democracy. It's a complete double standard. And I think it should be the other way around. I think if you riot and if you target normal people and small businesses, then you should go to jail. If you riot and you take it to the government and scare some politicians, that's great because they should be afraid of the people.
Look at the truckers. Like I keep saying, like if you paid attention during the trucker thing, there was no violence. There was nothing.
I did pay attention. That was
they were going on every fucking TV and every fucking network and everywhere calling them racist, this, that, this, and you're like, what? They're misogynists, they're racist, they're everything now?
I was 100% following the trucker thing because for you guys, the trucker protest was January 6th. For us, it was the same thing. It was regular people taking their protest to the government. They were non-violent, and in fact, it was the powers that be that were violent against the protesters. Yep. And the protesters still got jailed and got called the worst things ever. They were called insurrectionists.
Their accounts were taken away from their bank accounts were taken away from them. People that gave money to them and got their accounts taken.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have people sitting in jail for not hurting anybody. Meanwhile, you have like fucking Antifa rioters who fucking killed people, and people are saying they should be pardoned during the riots. It's just all upside down, and I think, and it saddens me. I think some people can see it, but some people can't because they just don't have the information. You know. I don't know. Ideally, I don't condone rioting in general, but I think if you want to, we should be allowed to take our protest to the government peacefully, and that's pretty much what happened. And the fact that they're framing that
as be demonized or dehumanized.
They're demonizing that is what pisses me off. Like, I don't think anybody there shouldn't be any violence. I don't want any like property being destroyed, but we should be able to protest against the government, and you guys should too. And that's just fucked up, and it worries me, you know.
Same here.
Yeah. Viva la resistance!
And even more when you have
resistance! It's not resistance. Resistance. Thank you.
And also when you have kids, you know.
Yeah. That's worrisome, isn't it?
Check this out quickly. I opened the 3D program.
Oh, let's see. Awesome. That's your Nat sculpt. Yeah. All right.
It was a tester because I was testing because I learned Maya a while back and Softimage. I never touched Blender, so this is with Blender. I was having fun testing the tools. And the thing that's going to come with is this.
Oh, so it comes in a casing like that. Yeah. I like that.
So you're going to have a little casing of a bullet, and you're going to be able to take it off. I'm gonna get some transparent resin for the bullet case, so you can paint it and leave a transparent side, like, you know.
Yeah, all right. Past Master Dan said it's Borderlands. Oh, yeah, I think NATVERSE has a bit of Borderlands vibe to it too, doesn't it?
Could be, yeah. Yeah, but technically the colors, the scheme, the type of tech, you know, it's very 2000 AD. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of that game too. Yeah.
Like that kind of grungy, futuristic look in general. It's a little Borderlands, a little 2000 AD, a little Mad Max, a little bit of everything. Lots of heavy metal.
A little bit of Lobo inspired, because Lobo was technically that. It was like the Lobo with Bisley, because that's when it was very like 2000 AD-ish, right? The grungy sci-fi that I like so much that you also used to find in all the sci-fi movies, because that's what Star Wars was. You know? So there's a bit of Star Wars in my world as well, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah.
That used to be, yeah, Star Wars was a bit more grungy, and it like slowly moved away from that.
It's one of the reasons why a lot of people had a problem with this with the prequels, because they left that grungy design look. They went full like clean. To me, I saw it as like, okay, before they got destroyed. Okay, couldn't make sense, but that everything's that way.
Yeah, I would still have preferred a more grungy look. Or if they were going to go really polished, they should have done what Dune did. Like, Dune had such a well-balanced aesthetic. Like, the designs for the Dune movie was so well done. Like, it was polished, but it wasn't soulless. Like, everything was well thought out. Like, it was
living to it.
Clean. Yeah. It was clean, but felt lived in, right? There's a difference. I think I don't like, and I never, it's like, I don't criticize Star Trek for this, because I know they didn't have a high budget. They were just working what they had, but and Star Trek is good because of the stories and the writing, not necessarily because of the visuals.
But it was
the
also
visuals are too clean too. I never liked that.
It was also a different approach to sci-fi. It was actually pure sci-fi, trying not to go into the fantasy. So they were trying to go like possible. Possible technology that we could imagine that we could get soonish. So everything was pseudo like advanced, but not that much. They really tried to get clean on the scientifical side of it, not as much as the fantasy lived in. And
Star Trek was, for lack of a better term, a little more cerebral, so it's different. But with Star Wars, I think the prequels, besides from like the shit writing and the horrible acting, and I mean, it's like the sets really didn't feel right, and I think I agree with that. I like the same kind of sci-fi that's a little more grungy. I agree, but yeah, all right. Let's take a look at these pages. Let's reel it back from our anger at the system. If you want to rebel against the system and help Sim do the same, then you should back this book. That's what you should do right now.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
fight the system.
That's right. Fight the system. We're so rebellious.
Back to the rebel with a cause.
Not really, but I don't know. I don't really feel like it's not like we're. I don't know. I don't feel like it's so much being a rebel as we should.
Rebel means you're not following the.
Yeah, but I don't think of it that way. I think it's just that's the stance that Western society, or sort of, I wouldn't say it's just America, because I know you're Canadian, but for me, American society in America was built on the whole idea that we should be free to pursue happiness, and I don't like it when that's being cut down. Yeah, and same for you.
It's the same here, because I used to live in the more Americanized type of life, but French.
But French, yeah, it's more Americanized. Well, that's just Quebec.
That's what I'm saying. Where I'm at in Quebec, because I'm in Quebec, but I'm not in the regions. I'm in Montreal. I'm born and raised here. I've been to other places, and it's not the same as here. You know what I mean?
Interesting. That's interesting. I haven't been to Quebec. I'd like to learn more about it someday. I want to pick your brain about that.
So this is where I was telling you that when he gets the call, so I kind of read through the old page from the first story in there, just to kind of like anchor everything.
Your art has improved a lot. Like the figure work here and the perspective, it's more dynamic. I think you really have improved. This is really nice work.
But I was also trying to keep the same exact page as I did the first one. Yeah.
But like just the way you draw, I don't know how to describe, but just your management of line weights and your perspective work is a lot better. You've really improved.
Wait till you get the newer stuff.
Oh yeah! Hi, Yellow Spider Guy. What's up? I saw Zaid in the chat. Hey, Jimmy Reyes. What's up? Jimmy Reyes. Hello.
You can roll your R's.
Yes, I can.
I can't.
You can't? Oh yes.
It's one of the funniest things. Like I learned Spanish, I couldn't roll my R's.
Oh no. Well, actually, I know some people. Well, it's just kind of a genetic thing. Some people just can't roll their R's. I know some Spanish people who can, and they're like really pissed about it. But fortunately, I can't. I can do it. Let me get to a couple super chats real quick. My homie Ellie Munoz for 5. Did someone say Berserk? $29.99. Berserk? $29.99. $29.99. That's Berserk all day. $29.99. What? Zerk. How about that? Berserk. $29.99. Thank you, my homie Ellie Munoz, for spending $5 to sell Berserk. I appreciate that. You can also go back Fiendish. That is not even $29.99. It's $25, so it's even cheaper. And you can then go back Tales from the NATVERSE. That is even cheaper than that. Well, the main book is like, how much is it? $25?
It's $25 just for the book.
Yeah, see, standard price. So there you go.
116 pages.
100 pages. So there you go. So back Berserk, but before that, back Fiendish. Well, not back it. You can buy Berserk, but it's not $29.99 because it's like $50 now on Amazon. Anyways, it's become a meme because I like Berserk and I bring it up, and now people make fun of me for just mentioning it. But it's like, can I talk about the stuff I like? Because everyone else on other channels, they'll talk about Spider-Man, and they'll talk about Superman, they'll talk about Green Lantern, and I'm like,
it's Berserk.
Why don't they get made fun of for that? I am heavily influenced by Berserk. It's my favorite comic of all time. Am I allowed to talk about it or not?
It was Meta Baron, because I talked about it all the time.
Yeah.
The Meta Barons. Yeah.
It's fine. You guys can meme me. I don't mind. I'm here to be mocked. Jonathan Justice for 10. Thank you very much. Hi, Irene. Haven't seen you in like 10 years. Oh, yeah. I remember you. Holy shit. It's been so long. I was like, but I know that name. Damn, it's been a while. What's up, homie? Glad to see you having so much success with your comics. I just bought the Give Me Everything tier on Fiendish 2 right now. Thank you so much. Yay, thank you. Redbeard. I forgot. It's been so long. Yeah, I know Jonathan. I met him in school. So it's so good to, I guess, not see you, but meet you again online. And I appreciate your support very much. And welcome to the channel. Yay. All right, let's get back to it. Did I miss any more super chats? Woodrow is here. What's up? US weebs to make fun of him? Like the girl men in under... No. I don't want to make fun of people who like superheroes. It's just everybody's allowed to like their own stuff, okay? All right. Hutzel is also a guy I know from school. There's so many scaddies here. I'm so glad to see that. That's so weird. So Sim, the thing is, I went to art school, right? And so many people I know from art school have just kind of gone off the deep end and just went insane and became like crazy Antifa social justice warriors. I assumed that I was just alone, and there are like 2 or 3 people I know that are just normal, and I'm still friends with them. So I just have distanced myself from most of the people I knew in school, and I don't like. And I'm just here doing my own thing, but it's really cool to see people I used to know from SCAD popping up, and I'm glad to know not everybody went insane.
I get you. Yeah, it's the same when you see some old friends coming back and, hey, what's up? You're like, hey.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. It's good to meet some old friends out in the wild. Schoolies, I know, from so long. I don't talk to people in high school, so nobody knows me. Oh, you didn't talk to people in high school. That was almost me. Yeah, except my high school was really small, so there was no avoiding totally getting to know people. Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. All right. Let's scroll down and look at some more pages.
Then you see the monster doing some damage, and then that's when Luani comes in.
That's the Lovecraftian monster that flew in, right? Right.
And that comes from the Nexus. You'll find out in the story. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that's when Luani comes in, and she just crashes the little hover car in its face, like a boss.
Okie dokie. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Really nice anatomy work. Good colors again. Who's the colors for the interiors?
On this one, that's Scotsman.
All right.
Because Scotsman's coloring the Planet 69 story. Beacon is doing Murder Doll and Metal Valkyrie.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. And Luani Metal Valkyrie. Speaking of that is this book with colors by Beacon.
The cover by me. I colored the cover.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, that looks so badass, dude. That looks awesome. Hell yeah. You nailed it, yeah. Ha! That's a really cool outfit, man. Oh, I bet people are going to love that.
So that's Metal Valkyrie, and that's when you see that's after she met Nat. So you kind of skip a few, a bit after Planet 69, and then you get to see Luwani and her, all with splendor.
All right. So
And
what's the
you'll notice on the uniform when she has those visor on, that means you're now. And after Planet tells whenever, it doesn't really matter.
okay? Yeah, like that. The designs, the colors. That's really cool. This is really awesome. I love how you have the sort of a little bit of like dirt streaks in here as
Mm-hmm.
well, adding to the metal. Like the generally the work on the metal and the coloring is really good on this book.
Mm-hmm.
So this, like, are there any more details you want to tell us about this, or you want to kind of keep it secret?
Uh,
Yeah.
what do you mean about the uniform?
No,
It's part
no,
of
about
it's part of the bike. I
there
can
you
tell you
go.
that the uniform comes from the bike, and
Okay.
as you'll see a bit earlier on, and right there in the story, there's a guy that's been transferred from a prison to go to court, and she shows up and goes after him. I'm not gonna say too much into it, but yeah. So
The
she gets cornered
outfit.
there, and she dives down. And then she gets to face those big guys. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, "I'm gonna need help. I'm tiny." And she calls her bike, and she backflips on it. Then she goes up the building with her bike because it can climb up the buildings, can go
Mm.
vertical,
Awesome.
anti-grav, and then the bike breaks to parts, becomes a full body armor, and that's the
So
Metal Valkyrie.
the bike is a mecha
Mm-hmm.
armor. That's pretty great.
And
That's pretty great.
the wheels become drones on the side, and
I love it.
they can also go under her feet to become like skates. Yeah.
All right. That's really cool how you play with the idea of being a cyborg. It's not just having prosthetic limbs and parts or a cyber brain. It's like the people are completely in tune with their devices, like with their
Mm-hmm.
bikes and with like their weapons and stuff. I think that's a really thorough way of adding in of like doing science fiction. I like it when I guess the way I like to put it is commit to an idea. So if I like it when writers don't just come up with an idea and say, well, they're a cyborg and they do what's already been done. I like it when writers commit to the idea and say that, okay, this is a cyborg. What would a person who is actually a cyborg be able to do? It's not just having prosthetics, it's actually being in sync with technology all around them. And I think you really
Exactly.
did that with Nat's arm and with all these other prosthetics and with Loani's bike and everything. That's really cool.
And the tendrils that she has there can protect her from bullets and weapons and stuff like that. And she can also hack computers with it.
All right. Sorry, this is rollerblading. Bank problem by 10. Awesome.
I really wanted to make that world interesting, and so and as we go, you get to see how the world is and the biggest threat that there is there. You know what I mean? And you understand why some of them may seem OP or something, but once you get to they they also have weaknesses, but when you get to see the world around them and the threats that they have to deal with, like you've seen the big guys there,
Mm-hmm.
when you see the entire army,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna need some help dealing with that. Those are really cool designs too. I really like that.
There's mechas in that world. There's giant robots. There's transforming ships into like
Mhm.
big drones. Like I'll show you after.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Like
Great.
I said,
We're
I'm inspired
rubbing
by
on
all anime and heavy, like you said, heavy metal and stuff like that. So yeah, there's gonna be transformers, transforming vehicles and stuff like that. There's a bit of everything.
I can see the influence. It comes through and it comes through well. No tentacles. There are tentacles. Look at her hair. She has these
Hmm.
metal tendrils they're kind of like sentient. They
Yeah,
protect her and help her, but they have a mind of their own, right? Basically.
yeah. I say, yeah, they'll protect her. Like like she can fall and they'll grab like a bullet comes from the back. They'll whip and whip it.
Nice.
So it's not sentient. They're not sentient, but they're more like like it's a subconscious control on it. Would be more of a
Right.
way of saying it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. And Nat the Merc Blood Brothers too.
Mm-hmm. And
Colors
that
by
one's
Sim. So
colored
this
by
is
me. Yeah.
all by you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's this one about?
This one is right now. It starts with the job at the end of Blood Brothers #1. He gets called from a job for the pirates are bullying them for protection money. So the guy decides, okay, I'm done paying protection. I'm gonna pay somebody to deal with the problem. So right now, he's getting bullied, and at that page there, he's like, so now I'm pretty sure you regret not paying me. He goes, not really. I hired Nat. He goes, what?
Ooh.
And he goes, I think he's here. And then you see him coming in with a new ship that also looks like his logo. He drops, shoots people.
Roll, drop, and shoots people. All right, that's the whole comic. The whole comic is mostly, my impression is, it's Nat, Loani, and Rose rolling, dropping, and shooting people and blowing things up, and that's it. Oh yeah, you did like the screen. That's a really cool sort of paneling over here.
That's when I started. We introduced some of the other characters in the universe. Some of them are bad guys, so that's when you meet some of the bad guys.
That's a cool design. Good coloring on this. Really nice color scheme here.
As you can see, Nat there put a cannon from a vehicle on his arm that he's using like Megatron.
I see that, yeah. Pretty great. People are liking the tentacles. We're a fan of tentacles on this channel, guys. I'm enjoying the blue melted brain in the background. Very cute. Very adorable. That could be a toy. You should make that a toy.
I have plans for that.
That kind of stuff, what people would love, like a figurine of that. People love goofy stuff like that.
Oh, my plan is to make all the characters.
Snark has a very good question. When do they drink coffee and talk about their feelings? Because we need that in comics now, didn't you know? When do they talk? When do they go to therapy, Sim? Do they go to therapy?
No, you'll see how they deal with their issues and daddy issues. No therapy.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
They go break shit, knock some people out.
That's what writers, that's what a lot of these mainstream writers don't get. It's not that characters can't deal with their issues just because they're punching things and fighting bad guys. That's how they deal with their issues, you idiots.
You deal them head on.
By conflict, and you sort through your shit by making a difference in the world. Not going to therapy is sitting around and crying about your fucking feelings. Not everybody functions that way. In fact, most people who aren't lame, I'm nothing against therapy, but a lot of people, you can go to therapy, but also actually just be doing something with your life. And especially the point is in superhero comics or just in action comics in general, it's not about people sitting and talking about their feelings. The character development has to happen through the action. Like this.
The way they think is that because superheroes and all characters in sci-fi, they need to have a life exactly like theirs. It's like, no, they don't. They don't live in a world that has the same rules as you.
No, they don't. Exactly. We don't read fantasy and fiction to just read about our lives, unless you're a narcissist. But oh wait, I forgot. Those people are narcissists and they can't write characters that aren't themselves.
Yeah, but there's people that like gossip and there's people that don't.
Oh gosh, I like that face paint as well. Sim, your design skills are really leveling up just all around. You really improved a lot since I first saw your campaigns and your work. It's really impressive. And I know how hard you work. This is like over 100 pages, and you have the ash can. Like, you've been working away at this for a really long time, and without having, your first campaign on this, it did well, but I'm like, you should be making more on this, and you haven't let that get you down. So I know you really persevered through this project. It's your dream project, and I really appreciate that.
I hope that eventually I'll break that ceiling and people will see and jump in, because the more that I'm building it, and the way I see it is the first book was I was building it. So you get the first 5 stories and getting the feedback from people and asking about Elrica. A lot of people love Elrica, and a lot of people really fell in love with Rose. And I'm like, yeah, it's building. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that eventually I'm gonna break through this. That what we call that. That ceiling of like, okay, because every time you level up. You work, and then you get to a point where okay, I need to break through that one now.
Yeah,
so that's where I think I'm at. And
well, you're doing it. You are leveling up, and it's just a matter of time.
You're gonna love the next one.
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice. I that panel. You're using that sword as kind of this camel border.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I would be like, that feels like a tangent, but it doesn't. I think you make it work.
Because of the
Nice. Yeah,
reflection, it works, and the fact that how I placed it, I think like the handle.
Yeah, sometimes if you want to be symmetric, if you want to make something that's straight on, Shaz, you have to be very careful. But I think you didn't make it completely straight on. You make everything work out. Ooh, and these are like black wings they're not completely corporeal, right?
They're growing up the shadow of the black goo in his back.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
That's
you
some
see
cool
this.
shit. Yeah, that is awesome. Look at that. Yeah. Look at that, like space dots and Kirby dots in the background. That's the shit, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to show like the black matter type of thing. Yeah, and then you see creatures forming out of that black matter around it.
I see the kind of Drake figures or whatever in the background. This is like space Mordor. It doesn't it? It looks like with like the spire and the big eyes on top. This is like this is like the Tower of Sauron, but in space, dude. It's epic.
I really did not think about it, but my idea was I thought it was like top of a castle on a cliff that got ripped off, and I'm like, I want to have that look. But you're right. Like
it's not. It's a compliment. That's perfect.
I know.
I love how these things are like. That's good design.
But the reason why I'm saying is because sometimes you are channeling, I would have that maybe thought about it. No, like it was really like far away from my thinking that I end up doing something that brings it up. It's kind of fun. Like it's one of the things.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time with me too. I'll do something and I won't even realize that subconsciously I was referencing something else that.
Or sometimes you're focusing your Kirby, and then somebody's gonna go, "Well, you did a Jim Lee," type of thing, like just to show a difference. Yeah,
you never know.
Because I didn't have that in mind.
Yeah, a lot of art is subconscious.
Like me, when I was doing this, I wanted to do like, I want to bring the energy of my favorite artist called Druyet. And that's what I did this.
Awesome.
Dude, if you think that's phallic, that's gonna hurt.
Oh gosh, no. What kind of phalluses have you seen?
Hurt.
What kind of phalluses have you seen, sir?
I'm like, are you talking about the movie Seven?
Oh gosh, no. This would make a good poster. Yeah.
Oh,
that really would.
So okay. Duly noted.
You should make this a poster. I agree. You can thank Coleman for that suggestion. There you go. Lovely. That's an awesome spread. And then NATVERSE 2, short limited. GR shot? What is this?
It's GR group shot. So technically, it's just a piece that I put there that's like the group shot of the people in the book. So instead of making it a cover, I made it an exclusive print that comes with that you can get with the book at 30.
All right, nice. And then you have another limited print that Indiegogo is too prudish to let you show. So never mind.
Remember the first campaign? They shadow banned me because they threatened to close, and they shadow banned me because they found a 3-second clip of it in my video. Remember?
Indiegogo is run by such prudes. I can't even believe it. I mean, I get not wanting uncovered breasts or like full nudity, but it's just this is like.
I was also told that when people flag, they also won't tell you that somebody flagged it. It's a team thing. So it could be somebody that really doesn't like you that went through your thing. Just come on.
That's true. They need more, but this is a problem with a lot of platforms, just like how YouTube and Twitter, people can maliciously flag you or maliciously DMCA strike you, and the platform's first reaction is to take down the channel and then ask questions later. But they're so overloaded with issues that it takes forever to get your complaint through. And Indiegogo's even worse. Yeah, exactly.
What happened with Baron,
yeah, exactly. On both Indiegogo and Kickstarter. And it's just because crazy people wanted to take him down and they were complaining that, oh my God, he's a bad person. You need to take his campaign down. Meanwhile, his campaign there's nothing racy at all about it. It's just it's a modern vigilante story. That's it. But they're like, of course, when they don't like something, these types will call it racist.
But
even though
he's a Latino that opposed the law.
The book is not racist at all, right? The main character is a Latino that's saving people on the border, but that whole issue is just fucking ridiculous. But these platforms haven't have not caught on to, either they haven't because they're just slow, or they are aligned with the same people that are social justice warriors, and they don't want to implement rules that would make it harder, that would actually give people recourse when you have malicious, crazy people striking you and try to ruin your business, because that's what it is. It's like borderline tortious interference because they're fucking with our business.
The way I see it is that they succeeded into weaponizing the awkwards. You know,
the awkwards.
You know what I mean? No, but that's the best way of saying it, I think. You know,
the awkwards.
The people that don't fit in, that, you know, no, but it's like we've all been like that as a teen. You know, when you don't fit into a crew or a clique or something, you know, that little outcast type of thing, and they succeeded into like weaponizing it, like turning people into like very fucking petty.
I don't know. I mean, because I was like an awkward weirdo, but I don't know what the real difference is, because you have people that were the popular kids and so to say back in school, but then you have people that were kind of awkward outcasts. And if you're talking about the political divide now, or the cultural divide, because I don't really like talking about politics that much, but it's spilled over into culture, and it's not really this divide of just, well, these are the people that were, you know, were loners or not, because I think I've always been a loner. A lot of artists are like weirdo loner types. I think the real difference is the people that are more that
we were raised to be a hard worker, to earn our thing. Not to be that's the thing. It's the entitlement that some people have, that the victimization, feeling a victim. Like I've been a victim of thing when I was a kid, and I didn't let it describe what the hell I was going to become. You know what I mean? Like they don't teach people to be survivors, to be fighters. They teach them to be victim and to kind of like bait into it, because, you know, the accolades that you would get, you know, it's weird. It's weird, but as I've seen it how they were trying to do it with the kids. Like I told you this, and I'll say it again because Alex is open about it now. But dude, Alex went through that phase where she's one of those that grew, you know what I mean? Fast. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She had those, she has big breasts, right? Yeah. So all the girls, everybody were making fun of her because she had big breasts and stuff like that, until she hated herself. She was strapping herself.
Yeah.
To hide them. Until she hated being a girl. Then they tried to fucking commit. Maybe you want to be a boy. And then that's when we went like, okay, fuck this shit. Now that's going way too fucking far.
Yeah.
My girl could be a tomboy. I don't give a shit. She could be a lesbian. I don't care. But you're not going to start talking about my girl trying to fucking cut her boobs off.
Absolutely. I mean, if an adult wants to do it after many years of thought, I don't care, but I don't think
not a kid.
Not a kid, because myself, I have this experience of I was a tomboy, and up until I was like 12 years old, until I couldn't actually pass for a boy anymore, I would have fun passing for a boy and I dressed like a boy. I had short hair. I thought I would play tricks on people, and I thought it was funny that I passed for a boy, and I would say I want to be a boy, but I didn't actually mean, I literally because kids, like, your thinking is not that advanced. What I actually meant was I have a lot of interests that aren't standard girl interests. I like shonen manga. I played sports that most girls in Taiwan didn't play, and I just have a lot of interests and a lot of tendencies that weren't like the other girls around me, and that's just how it naturally was. And
that's what we used to call a tomboy, because it's a girl that has guys' interests, that likes the guy stuff, and there's nothing wrong about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I've met a lot of other women that they're just tomboys, and that a lot of the stories with this a lot of people who would transition really young and they regretted it. Frankly, they were tomboys, or they were gay. They were gay boys, or girls that are tomboys, or just girls who are lesbians, and they were convinced that you're actually not these things. You're the opposite sex. And I think that's really fucked up, because you should just be able to grow up and find out who you are first. And if you're trans, that's okay, but you should be an adult before you make that decision.
Exactly. Don't do that to kids. Like kids, kids are influenceable, and they want to be loved and appreciated. So, you know.
Yeah, and kids are just really easily influenced, so we need to let them grow up first. I know it's shocking that I'm a girl past Master Dan. I know it's people forget sometimes. I'm my very mannish self. All right, so here are the stretch goals for NATVERSE. 100 backers. Where are we at now?
We were at 30 last time I checked.
All right.
So when we reach 100, I'm gonna give away like to all the physical book backers except the book only. They get a double-sided bookmark. So it's gonna be one side Nat, one side Luani, because there are 2 stars of the book.
All right, and 5K.
We give extra 8 pages to the Ashcan.
Okay.
So it's gonna be another sample from another an extra little story.
Lovely.
And that one's gonna be unlocked depending on which one unlocks first. Because I thought that doing the backer count stretch goal and an amount was a cool idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think extra story content is always great. A lot of people, I mean, knickknacks and toys and bookmarks are awesome. I have a lot of prints on my campaign too, but people really appreciate extra story material.
Yeah, we went from 80 page to 116 on the book.
Oh, jeez.
So that's why right now it's like the Ashcan, so it's only black and white, so there's no extra work other than me. You know what I mean? So I can get those 8 pages done pretty quick.
Yeah.
The story's already planned. Yeah?
I keep on like adding pages too, but I'm like, I added pages and I cut back because I was like, okay, I need to like actually meet my deadlines. So
when I started working on Planet 69, I was trying to make it a 32 page. And now it's 48. It's 40 plus a 8 page epilogue. So yeah.
It just grows. I'm telling you, with comics, you eventually learn. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty good at averaging, at guessing how many pages a story will be. And for the first time, I'm so proud of myself. I did my layouts for the next Fiendish story. It's like a side story, and I thought I would need 35 pages. I did it in 25. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, and I'm like, I have leveled up as an artist, as a sequential artist. I actually did less pages than I thought I would, because like usually you spread things out more, but I think it's a lot of working at learning how to condense storytelling, and it helps if you overestimate yourself. You just learn to it's like the same with deadlines. Just always overestimate how much time you'll need, because you're gonna get caught up on the details. You're gonna noodle.
Planet 69 was usually planned for like a 60 pager, and I didn't want to make it a 60 page book, so I was trying to condense it in on 32. And then you're like, yeah, but that's a bit too short. And then you're like, I want this in, I want to add this in, and then like, I'm like, screw this. So when I launched, I announced it was going to be a 40 page book.
Oh jeez, yeah. I'm debating it. Like, part of me wants to, and I'm not sure about this yet. I almost decided to maybe I was like, okay, if Fiendish 2 gets to like 200K, I'm just gonna throw a whole other story in it. But then I've been trying to reel myself back. Okay, maybe I don't have the money to actually print that because it's already like an 80-page book, and it's like with all the extra content. So maybe I should like chill and actually do a separate campaign.
The price of printing went a bit up too.
Yes, and printing is so expensive. I just got my quotes from the printer. It's so expensive. So I'm like, okay, I might offer, so for 200K, I might offer an Ashcan, like what you're doing, an Ashcan preview. So I really like what you're doing with this campaign. And then for like the full side story, I'll do a mini campaign.
But people are seeming to liking it, and I'm going to keep doing it. Like, I'm going to do that with every campaign now. Like, people are really into it. So I'm like, yes, let's do this.
Paper got more. Yeah, everything's gotten more expensive. It's fucking.
But it's not really about the paper. It's more about the ink. To be quite honest, if you ask for quotes and you go check the pricing, black and white hasn't gone up that much.
Really interesting. All right.
It hasn't gone up like colors did.
Maybe I should go.
Because I remember when I first calculated, I got my first quote for the book. It was like maybe like from the first quote to the second quote, it went up almost $2,000.
Wow, that's fucking insane, dude.
Almost. Yeah. Maybe 1,500 or 600 or something.
Yeah, the quote I got recently is just absolutely insane. But I got to do it. And it's got to happen.
And these are the original pencils on the campaign.
All right, awesome. Are these still available?
Yep, those 2 are available. I sold one or two. I sold 2.
Okay.
They're right here. They're 11 by 17. That one's already sold.
Ooh, let's see.
You have the rose one. That one's sold. See, censored.
Censored. Thank you for preserving my channel for me. I appreciate it.
That one went on on my website now.
All right.
Because there's 2 of them that I moved to the website, including this one.
Let's see.
The Ulrico one.
All right.
Also censored. And here's the 2 other ones.
Nice. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I really like that straight on cover.
And that one's also on the website now.
Oh yeah, the waterfall one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And Tales from the NATVERSE 1 is available as an add-on as well.
Yeah, I still have 100. I still have like 100 and something copies of it, and I'm not reprinting them. I'm never reprinting those Tales from the NATVERSE. The stories will be reprinted, but not like this.
All right.
Because I've said it before, I'm telling different stories, and eventually I'm gonna put a book where they're all gonna be in linear, and that's what I'm going for soon.
I see. So you're gonna do like a big collected edition instead of reprinting the single issues or the single volumes. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. And the Preston cover available as an add-on. This is an awesome cover right here.
That's the cover from number 1 that I made available there. I still have a few. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, really, really nice.
Yeah, I love his art.
And Blood Hunt is on the Inkslayer website. All right.
Yes. We also have a copy of it print on demand right now that I call my direct edition that I'm testing. So right now, if you go, you can have a copy of Blood Hunt direct edition with its own cover for Inkslayer only. Okay. And it's $15.99. Yep.
Yeah, check this out. I'm gonna post this link in the chat right now, so everybody go check out the Inkslayer website. There you guys go. Take a look at that. I appreciate when people have their own websites because I just think it looks more professional, and I think because we are creating independent work, so we can't just rely on Indiegogo, even without like the shadow banning shit. We should just have our own websites as a place to sort of gather all the material and all our links for our works. And if you're serious about NATVERSE, and which you are, and if I'm serious about Fiendish, which I am, we should have our own websites for either me for Hellion Arts or for the actual book series Fiendish, which I have both, HellionArts.com and FiendishComic.com.
But it's what I've always been saying, because if there's no life to the book after the campaign, then there's no growth, there's no value, and there's no growth of the IP. So we need to have something available after, and there's the best way of having it's your website.
Well, the websites provide a place to sell overflow copies, but also you can sell merch. And for stuff like what we're doing, because some people, for some comic series, there isn't as much world building, that you don't have as much, like, because you're building in a whole science fiction world, and I'm building a whole fantasy world, and it's just nice to have a sort of a website for extra information. That's what I found, because I'm really obsessive about the world building, and like it's nice to have people have that for everybody, have a concise introduction, because the fact is, the more places people can find out about your story and your project, the better. Because it's better than you scattering this information on a bunch of other people's YouTube streams, and like you need somewhere this is just your voice, and a website is a great way to do that. I do have a website for Hellion Arts. Yeah. HellionArts.com.
And if you check on the Inkslayer, you'll find like the original arts there. You're gonna find merch from everybody. Preston's gonna be putting some original art up too.
Look, but it's just Fiendish. It's linked to Fiendish. I just bought the address so nobody else will take it. Gotta be smart about these things. But yeah, check out Inkslayer Entertainment. Nice logo, by the way. Lovely.
Thank you.
Go give this website a look see. All right, and here's the team. All these awesome people. Look at this. Sim, that's you. David Villa is a letterer. Michael Beacon is a colorist for several of the books. And John J., a.k.a. Spartan Scotsman, is the colorist and a bunch of other things. Scotsman is awesome. And then Inkspots and Scotsman are both amazing colorists and painters. They do good work. It's a good team. It's a good team you have. Hell yeah. A nice logo. All right. Very well put together campaign.
Well, thank you.
Let's see. Is there anything that I missed? We didn't finish going through the tiers, did we?
Not really.
Let's see. Let me just go through the last few. Well, I think it's just
Mm-hmm.
the sketch cover and fully loaded. So this is everything on the campaign, I
Yep,
suppose.
everything on the campaign, including this. I think is you get a sketch cover and you get the mini. You get everything. Yep.
Awesome. All right. And that's
Plus the
175.
Simon Bisley print that I still have a few on.
Oh, hell yeah. Let me scroll up to some cool pages so people can take a there. I like that page a lot. That's a cool design. And then you have a couple of pieces of original art.
Yep. You have the original painted cover sketch cover by Preston.
All right.
And you have the Bisley
350.
print.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be able to give that up. That looks so cool. I would keep
I
that
know I
forever.
have a lot of trouble. That's why it's there for 350.
Yeah, it's worth it. If you're gonna give something like that up, it needs to be pricey. And then you have Simon Bisley. Oh my gosh, everybody getting Bisley art pieces. I need to hit him up and be like,
Well, I got that done in 20. I think I got that one done in 2016. Yeah.
Holy shit! Wow, that's awesome. And Sexy Rose, this is already sold, so that's already not available anymore.
Yeah, it sold on the first day, like within 15 minutes, it was gone. Boom.
Fantastic.
So saying like there's a lot of people that like Rose a lot.
I can see why. I like Rose too.
Oh, I like my girls too. Like, remember when we first met? You're like, your book's like that, but your girls are like, yeah, I love my girls, and I want them to be like, I want them to stand out, and I think it's paying off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I might like Luani more. I like the hair tentacles, but that's just me. All right, let's refresh and see if we got a few more backers. Oh, hell yeah! We got another backer. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
And
you.
if you're watching the replay, please go check out the campaign. I have a pinned comic. The the link to the comic is pinned in the comments and also in the description of the video. And if you're watching right now, we still have 65 people watching. If you like what you see here, if you like heavy metal, if you like science fiction, action, and heavy hitting action and fantasy, then this is the book for you. Please check out NATVERSE.
You want something fun and entertaining? That is totally for you.
Yes, exactly. Pure entertainment, just good fun stuff.
Dark humor, violence,
bringing back stuff like what heavy metal used to be about.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing here.
In 2000 AD, that was another one that I liked a lot.
All right, fantastic. I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we covered it all, and it's almost 2 hours already.
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours. Yeah, I have been resolute to try and end my promo streams before midnight, because if I don't give myself a time limit, I just keep on yapping and go on for 4 hours, but I have work to do.
Here's a sample of some sketch cards.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
I do some in black and white sketch. I do some in inks and some with colors.
Do you want to hold those up closer so people can see it? Those look really good.
Hold on. It doesn't really like the.
Want to zoom on like the pencils. You want to try the color ones?
Hold on. Let me try and do this if I cover the entire thing.
Maybe those will fare better. Okay. Yeah, the colors show up better.
Sweet. Oh yeah, there's some in black and white. There's some in pencils. Like, they're a bit random. That's what I think makes it more collectible. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. A little bit of
the first 200 backers, like every campaign on that one too. I just announced it. Everybody's gonna get a sketch card if you can, and during funding only, though.
All right, fantastic. So once again, check out NATVERSE 2, the Second Chance campaign, and thank you everybody for being here with me. Did I miss any super chats? Let me double check. Oh shit, I think I did. Hold on. Let me read a couple of super chats. Make sure I get everything. Michael Rushbrook, thank you so much for $4.99. Thank you, Michael. I might have missed it, but what were some of the things that inspired the creation of NATVERSE? I think we covered that, but if you want to answer that again for Michael.
Yeah, the creation of NATVERSE was technically an advice that somebody told me is like, that was Michael Turner and a few other creators that said, try and create at least 2 characters or, things that you could cover everything you love. So that's where the entire thing of Nat came from. And I'm not trying to mix everything I love from sci-fi, movies, anime, or everything. It's everything in there, and it's just about having fun. So I'll make jokes about certain things. That's why you have cameos. You're gonna look in the background. You're gonna see like Trippin' the Riff characters. You're gonna see Alf running after a cat. Stuff like that. You're gonna get a whole bunch of that because I'm trying to have fun while taking the story a bit more seriously. Like, it's like the story, the world is serious, but not the characters so much. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
I was trying to create something that was different, and I'm like, what can I do that's original as a sci-fi character without making him a superhero, superpowered, and stuff like that? What can I do? And some people told me like I said, 2018. So we know about sci-fi, we know about magic, magical metal, and I'm like, I want to do a space fantasy that has magic into it, and that's when I started doing it. So there's magical stuff in the sci-fi, so that's why I never say that it's actually just a sci-fi. Then you have the cyberpunk approach to it, and that's what I wanted to all amalgam into one. And the idea of being able to have a different like with different galaxies in the same universe. So the NATVERSE is so big that you're going to have a galaxy that has dragons, and another galaxy that's going to be more medieval, one that's going to be more cyberpunkish, different things like that. So that's why the creation of Nat came from, was to give myself a playground and cool characters that I can play and do anything I want with. And the idea from the Merc, and I'm like, well, it's a freelancer. That's all he is. So that's what a Merc is. He's a freelancer. So it's kind of like also like the cowboy of space type of thing. And that's how I've been playing with it.
Yeah, a very versatile character. You can explore a lot of different concepts as he travels, basically. Awesome.
I can come like it's the idea that I can come up with a job and do a story. And that's the entire premise. I don't have to, other characters, it's the story is around them, and when it ends, it ends. Well, Nat, I can just come up with a job, but there's a bigger story behind it.
I like that. Makes sense. Create what you would want to read.
And I grew up watching Captain Harlock, Grandizer, and stuff like that, and it's stuff that you're gonna have fun, because if you're not having fun doing that type of work, you lose interest.
Yeah, you have to create you have to actually create what you love, what you would want to read yourself. Rod Looper for I don't know what that currency is, but 11 something. Thank you. Good night, girl. How's going? What's up? Happy to know you're killing on your art and comic book fiendish. Thank you so much. Hard work pays off, as they say. Great art on Tales from the NATVERSE too. Congrats to both of you. Thank you so much, Rod. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
I like Aviator there. Keep not employed back at today. Yeah.
Keep not employed back in today. Keep Nat employed, right? Help Nat escape. I mean, the escape plan, that's totally not happening, dear Canadian government. Hey, Ethan's in chat. Is that Ethan? No, that is Ethan.
Hey,
all that she wants is another Rini. She's gone tomorrow. Boy, all that she wants. Is that like song lyrics that I don't know? It's probably some song lyrics that I don't know. But hey, Ethan, we're wrapping up. We've been going for a couple of hours, but we're promoting Tales from the NATVERSE by Sim, and it's a lovely looking science fiction. Why am I full screen? StreamYards is hard to use. There we go. Sci-fi, adventure, fantasy book, mostly science fiction, but it's about a space merc going on all kinds of jobs and shooting up monsters, and really 2000 AD heavy metal style. So if anybody is catching this towards the end, be sure to watch the replay. Check out our show. We've been talking about this for a couple of hours, and back NATVERSE too.
Yeah, please do.
With a limited Ash Cannon print. This is a second chance campaign. The book is already done. You'll be getting this very soon. So if you like this kind of stuff, then back it now. Yeah. All right. So I think we'll wrap it up. I'll let you go now. Thank you again for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Where can everybody find you?
It's always a pleasure. You can find me on Twitter and everywhere under my name. You can find me on my YouTube channel.
There you go.
And Sugar Chris channel, Red Dress Press, where I do the morning roast with him every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday and Friday mornings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
my website, inkslayerintertainment.com.
Yes, definitely check out the website. The website looks really cool. Thank you for the links, mods. And I have the link for Sim's Twitter in the description, so everybody go give him a follow as well. He's good people. And of course, you guys can also follow me and Reedy Draws, but you guys know where I am. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit like. Really, I need to be better about telling people to hit like. I don't really want to do that because I feel like such a fakey YouTuber being like and subscribe, but it helps, and I want to help promote books, and if my channel gets more views, then it's good for my guests. So everybody, thank you for joining me. Be sure to back all these books. Check out Fiendish Chapter 2. We're almost at 165,000. It's insane. Oh my gosh. I have to come up with new stretch goals. Okay, I had the same issue with the first campaign, where I set these impossible stretch goals that I thought I would just never hit, but then we hit them. Then I don't know what to do. And I'm just in this constant state of panic because it's not that I don't want the success, but I just don't know what to do with it because I don't expect, you don't want to go into something expecting to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting people. I'm expecting I know the book is good. You guys are gonna love it. The work is amazing. My colors.
First one was great.
Amazing work. You guys are gonna love. Second one is gonna be better. If you think the first one is great, second one is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna give you an orgasm. It's amazing. But I just keep on not expecting people to want to back my stuff because I'm so used to being ignored. But anyways, thank you for backing Fiendish. I'm really excited. I'm going to be posting an update once we hit 165 with some new art and stuff. So I can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. All right, I'm going to get back to work now. But let's see. This week, I will be on tomorrow. I'll be doing the Creative Block Show with Phil and Narwhal and Hyper Wizard. And we should be on Phil's channel. So that's on Zay Comics channel tomorrow. It's a pre-jack show. It's we call it the pre-jaculation block. So we should be starting right. Yes, I'm sorry, Sim. We are degenerates. So it should be starting around 9 p.m. EST or something. And Friday, I should be doing my show with Allie. So I've got 2 shows the rest of the week. A lot of entertainment coming up, and I'll try to do a drawing show this weekend, and I'll make up for all the drawing shows that I have not been doing this past month. All right, thank you all so much, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.